You want to know what? Okay. Hi all, Yazzie B here. How are we? Don't know how you are because you can't answer me back through the camera. But anyway, today I want to talk about giving yourself the treatment that you deserve. So, sips tea. So I used to have a no boundaries, no self-worth, no self-esteem, very, very insecure, and just let everybody walk all over the top of me. And it's only really in the last year, and that's being generous, that I've stopped that and I have started to realize, no, like I'm worth more than people treating me badly. And that could have been in the form of calling me names, angry outbursts towards me, which were not deserved, just sort of out of the blue. So, really talking to me and treating me whatever way they liked, really, and getting away with it, and nearly not just getting away with it, but then having me beg them to forgive me for something that they did. And I don't know if I don't know. I do know actually that a lot of people can relate to that, because we don't really respect ourselves the way we should. We don't show ourselves the treatment that we should show ourselves. So this really begins with starting to realize your worth, and it ties into what I was saying the other day about like writing down why you're a good person. So really what that means is, what value do you bring? And although that may be hard to see sometimes, really being human is value enough for you to be treated well and for you to treat yourself well. It's value enough, don't you think, that as a human being you shouldn't be treated poorly. This is why we have like human rights and things. So you need to start to think about, what are my human rights? So that may be a wee bit of a dramatic way to look at it, but what are my boundaries that I can set so people can't take advantage of me when I don't deserve it? If you're just a normal person who's just going about your life and you seem to attract people to you that treat you like shit, make you cry, hurt you, physically, mentally abuse you, emotionally abuse you, you don't deserve it. So you need to start taking responsibility for how you let others treat you, because how you treat yourself sets the tone for how others can treat you. So if you don't look after yourself and you don't give a fiddler's about yourself, they're not going to give a fiddler's about you neither, and you're going to attract them almost like a cord or like a magnet say. You're going to attract people that treat you like shit because you treat yourself like shit, because you don't feel like you deserve it. And that's what it really boils down to. You haven't been shown that you are worth it, like you are worthy, just by being human. And I always say that, and it's taken me a long time to realize that I don't actually have to do anything. I don't have to be better looking, I don't have to make more money, I don't have to go to the gym more, I don't have to have more friends, I don't have to be more funny, anything like that to be worthy of being treated well. You can just be yourself now, today. Who you are right now in this moment is worthy of being treated well. And if someone isn't doing that, then you need to cut them off. So it begins with you treating yourself right, first of all. And none of it is for outside validation. So when you start going to the gym, start maybe doing yoga classes, start meditating, it's not so you're more worthy. It's just because you care about yourself enough that you're going to do that. You know, so if you start to say, like, I'm going to start looking after myself just because I care about me. Like, I care about me. I care about the value I bring. I always go back to, like, if you're a parent, because I just value parents so much. I just think if you're a parent, you're, like, amazing that you're doing that. So just for me being a parent, just for me being a good friend, a good person, I'm going to start to treat myself right. So start to take yourself on like spa days, go for meditations, go for a walk, go to the gym, read a book, go to the library. Do something but these are things that make me happy. Do you know what I mean? So do something that makes you happy. I can't necessarily say go and do that there, because like I can't say go and do a yoga class and that'll make you happy, because you might be a 35-year-old male that has no interest in yoga. Not that that has anything to do with who likes yoga, because yoga is for everybody. But you might just have no interest in that. So you know what makes you happy. Do you know what I mean? You know what you love to do. So go and do it because you deserve it. This is what it boils down to. Once you start treating yourself well, looking after yourself, getting up, eating right, making better decisions. Like I keep saying, it's not because you're going to look better, be hotter, any of that. It's because your body deserves it, because you deserve it. And you haven't done anything to deserve it but be born. You know what I mean? You could be a terrible human, but we all make mistakes. You still deserve to look after yourself and treat yourself the way you should. Like, you may think because you cheated on your girlfriend 3 years ago that you're terrible, and you've just went in a spiral since then. But I'm here to tell you that every human being has made mistakes. No matter how perfect you think a human being is, they have made a mistake, and they're still worthy and lovable. Your best friend or someone that you know and admire, I don't know, someone you've known from school that you don't see all that often, but every time you see them, you love them, and you think, fuck, I love being around them, like, they're class, I love them. Like, I can think of a few off the top of my head that I would love, and I know that they don't love themselves the way that I love them, the way that what I see in them, they don't see in themselves. Like, I see a kind, hilarious, amazing human being, and they see the opposite of that. But whoever you look up to, whoever you idolize and think, oh, they're amazing, they're unreal, they still made a mistake. And do you still think that they're worthy of loving? Yes, because you love them. You know, your mum, your dad, you love them, you don't know their past, but you still think that they're worthy of loving. You still give them that love, whether they deserve it or not. So why don't you give yourself that love as well, whether you feel like you deserve it or not? You know all your past, you know all your wee things that you might have done in the sneak, all these wee mistakes that you've made, and that's why you're feeding yourself these things of not being worthy. You know your insecurities, and you know how you've got bags under your eyes and pores here and there, but other people don't know that, and other people don't see that, and other people still think you're worthy of loving. So you see all these wee things that other people don't see, but you don't see the things that people do see, like the good things in yourself that make you worthy of loving, which makes you a good friend, which makes you a good parent. Why do you have friends? Do you know what I mean? Why do you have people in your life that love you? Because you're worthy of loving. So start to give yourself that love and give yourself that treatment that you give other people, even if they're not worthy of loving. Like, you have friends that may have fucked you over a few times. They may have been cheeky when they were drunk or sober. A couple of days later, you're their best friends again. You still love them. You still will do something nice for them. You might not, that's up to you, but usually you'll do something nice for them. You'll tell them that you love them, even though maybe 3 days later, 3 days previous, they were a wanker. Why can you not do that for yourself? You know? So I'll leave you with that. And then in another video, I'll start to talk a bit about how once you treat yourself better, other people start to treat you better. But it's really about boundaries, and it's really about having those boundaries within yourself. If I'm not going to treat myself a certain way, you certainly can't. Do you know what I mean? If I'm not going to speak to myself negatively in my head, you certainly can't speak to me negatively using your voice. So anyway, that's me finished. Hopefully you enjoyed that wee video, and please remember that you are always worthy of loving, no matter what.